Hey everyone, this season, don't just watch the games, win them with Pez'sPicks.com. Don't take my word for it. Listen to the man himself.
Thank you, Jeff. This is Pez. After years of giving away our picks on Instagram and beating the house, we've launched Pez's Premium Picks, an exclusive data-based picks based on our algorithm that's hit winners for the last 2 years.
Didn't that algorithm get you over 70% picks right in the NFL last year?
That's right, Jeff. Thank you. No gimmicks, just the pick we believe in. We're using the promo code Lock It Up this week on Pez'sPicks.com. After that, we're asking for a small donation to keep beating the house.
That's right. Use the promo code Lock It Up, all one word, for a free week of access at Pez'sPicks.com. That's Pez'sPicks.com. Check it out today.
This episode is presented by State Farm. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like expecting the leadership of a team captain on the football field, but getting a sea captain. You wouldn't settle for just anything for your team. Shouldn't it be the same for your insurance? So don't settle for just any insurance when you can go with a leader. State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
No one should have to choose between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Purina is helping to create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters through the Purple Leash Project, so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
Back with another episode of Keeping Current with Kansas City, or alternately known as the Carey Show. Sperry has been dropped according to local parties. It's just the Carey Show now, according to some people. Don't be too upset there, Daniel.
That's fair.
Anyway, another 2-0 win for Kansas City Current. Man, I almost said the wrong name there. It's been a long day. Before we get any further, Carrie, how are you?
I'm good. Doing this right before I head off to Italy, and so I'm probably going to be pulling an all-nighter just to adjust to me leaving the US at like 3 p.m. my time and getting there at 7 a.m. I need to sleep, basically.
Yep. That's I used to do that all the time when I was flying internationally. I would stay up until I got on the plane, and then the flight was short. How about you, Mr. Sperry? How are you today?
Good. We're doing well. A good Sunday.
And we are doing this on Sunday so that we can squeeze one in before Carrie jets off to Europe and has all kinds of fun. So, Kansas City Current 1-2-0 over Gotham. Goal in the first half, goal in the second half. The Current beat the no, Sperry doesn't want me to say this, but the terrorist style soccer team. If you have to listen to the last pod to get this, it's not really related to terrorism. It's just the style of soccer that is being coached by them. Just want to make sure that's clear. But I could kind of, as I was watching the game, as I was shooting the game, I did have to leave a little bit early to go to my daughter's concert, so I didn't see the very end. But I could see why you said that now.
I'm glad I'm vindicated.
How about you, Carrie? Were you watching the game and going, yep, terrorist soccer?
Yeah, there was a lot of movement just sideways, and I was like, come on, we either need to push up or, they just sat with the ball, and I was like, I understand why Sperry just, called it that way.
He does not like that style of soccer, nor does a lot of other people, apparently.
Well, here's my thing. There's a difference between having possession as a defensive tactic and having possession as an offensive tactic. And they tried, it was very clear from like 10, 15 minutes into the game that the KC Current said you can have the ball at the halfway line and you can spray it out wide. And that's about all you're going to get to do with the ball. You try and come inside, we're going to pick you off and we're going to turn on you and we're going to counter you. And Gotham said, "Okay, sounds good." And then did absolutely nothing to try and move the current out of position. They didn't try and suck the current in and then swing it back the other way while they're out of position. Like they didn't, they tried nothing. And it was just, let's get it out wide, try and play a hopeful ball into the channel and see if it kind of gets over the top of the defense. Like, like when teams late are in soccer are down a man and they just bunker numbers into the box. The Current did that, but like higher up the field and basically said, here, you play these weird, high angled, hopeful long balls over the top of the defense. Try and get in behind, which you're not going to because you can't play these passes because you guys want to play short passes. And they made zero adjustment to it. They just kept doing it. In the end, they maybe created a couple of chances, but like, I mean, I think Vlaco said it after the game. There was like 7 shots that Gotham actually were credited with all game, because the Current just said, "You're not going to get the ball where or you're allowed to have the ball where we say you're allowed to have the ball," and that's it. And it was just there's your quote unquote terrorist soccer. Like it was possession for the sake of not letting the Current try and counter you. And at that point, like, what's the point? You got to go score goals. And the Current masterfully goaded Amoros into a different type of game. And, Vlaco kind of talked about doing different things with the press, when they press, who triggers, all these kinds of things. And they did it. And they threw Gotham for a loop, and Gotham didn't have an answer.
Well, let's give Gotham credit where credit's due, and they cried the entire game as well.
Yeah.
There was a time where Michelle Cooper and um, Jess Carter got into it, and it was enough that Haley Mace and a few other people came off the bench of the sideline to talk to Cooper, and Cooper just runs over and just starts like making like tears rolling down her faces at them, talking
Hmm.
about Jess Carter, and just like points back at her.
Well, Jess Carter, like Coop kind of sold a foul there on Carter, and Carter got down and got into her face. And after that, it was like Coop's mission to cook Carter for the rest of the game, and it was so funny to watch because I mean she picked the ball off of Jess Carter multiple times. Anytime she got on the dribble, she took it at Jess Carter and beat her 1v1. I mean, she was like, "Oh, you want to play that game? Here's my game," and cooked a English national team level center back. Just all time. Like Coop doesn't get on the score sheet at all in this game, unfortunately. But she was probably the best player on the day for the Current. And just a menace in the press, menace in the attack. A darn good player.
She's just so American, hating the Brits.
She paid the price for it a few times though. She got hammered a couple times.
Well, Jalen Howell is going to channel her dad, former college football NFL linebacker, and just smash people because that's how she plays defense. So
Sonnet also got in a couple, I believe.
Sonnet probably should have got sent off. That second
Yes.
challenge on Izzy Rodriguez after she picked up that very petulant and petty yellow card, um, was like that was absolutely another yellow card.
Yeah, it was a honestly, I felt the refereeing was a little bit weird. Again, I'm watching this from shooting it, and I rewatched some of the game last night, but not like with a really critical eye, just more like kind of vibing it a little bit differently than when I was shooting. But it just felt like the ref was like not biased, not like one way or the other. It just felt like there was a lot of calls that could have just went the opposite way very easily.
Yeah, it was interesting. interestingly refereed game. That's for sure.
Hey,
So
it was International Referee Day, so it was all about him.
He sure blew his whistle a lot. I'll tell you that.
yeah, on several of them that should have been played advantage, and again, both ways. It wasn't
Mhm.
what 4-1 versus the other, but
No.
yeah.
I mean, there were 34 fouls called in that game. 34. We're talking a foul every 3 minutes in a soccer game. It was physical,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, man, I think the problem is he didn't set the tone early enough. He waited, and then the game was already out of hand by the time he started blowing his whistle with regularity, and it was pretty out there. So,
And then it was just a regular beat after that. All right. So 42% to 58% possession, according to FBref. Uh, they outshot actually the current 8-7, but the current got 5 of those 7 on target, where Gotham only got 2 of those 8 on target. Um, 2 saves by Lorena for a clean sheet, and that made how many?
14 for her on
Okay.
the season. It's 16 total for the team, 14 for her.
So another record, I believe.
Yes, officially breaks Anna Morehouse's record of 13, which was set last season. Did
So
you? Oh,
go
who
ahead.
else? Who else is on that list, and how many of them have played the top five for clean sheets in NWSL history? How many of them played for the Kansas City Current or FCKC?
Two.
Uh, because I'll go with Nicole Barnhart then.
She
Correct.
would be on there, and then French for
hmm
2019,
hmm
Yeah.
Portland.
Four of the top five at some point in their career played in Kansas City.
Four.
Wait, who's the other
For
two? Well,
so
who's the other one?
Morehouse was the other one. I can't remember, but I do remember her name and her being with the Current or FCKC, which is bad that I don't have her name for you to like actually fact check that.
Caitlin
But
Rowland?
yes,
Yeah, there you go.
thank you.
I just, I just, I don't know. I knew
Good job.
she, I mean, obviously I knew that she was in North Carolina for a long time. I just didn't realize that she
Mhm.
had that many starts as a goalkeeper, but I
Yeah.
guess,
Not in one
yeah,
season at least.
yeah,
Seemed to not get a lot of starts wherever she went for a while.
yeah.
Interesting.
And then when she did, what's her face came in? Kingsbury? No. Who's the other
Yeah,
one? No,
Kingsbury.
Kingsbury is Washington,
Hmm? Hmm.
isn't it?
Yes, sorry. Oh, I know who you're talking about,
I get the
but
two
it's
confused.
Murphy,
Just like
Casey
how,
Murphy.
yes, I get those two confused, just like how I get Ashley Hatch and Annie Sullivan confused.
Mhm.
They're the same face.
Yeah. So she had 8 clean sheets in 2017, and that was fifth in the record.
Huh.
Hmm.
Interesting. I didn't
I was
think it
not
was
aware of her
that would have been
game.
high enough. I always
Hmm?
thought she was a pretty decent keeper though, but
Yeah.
she could just never like really take charge for any length of time anywhere.
Hmm.
Yeah, she had 2 seasons. I mean, 2 seasons, 17 and 18, where she was full-blown starter. And then in 2024, she played, of course, with Bay FC and started a lot. But there you go.
Yeah,
See, 18 was the year I stopped paying attention to the NWSL.
There
So,
you go.
kind of same.
Yep.
A little bit out of spite. Um, okay. That was since we went down that rabbit hole. Yeah, so Lorena sets a record. Uh, although somebody's not that far behind her right now, right? They got 12 in the season, so I guess they could catch her.
Berger, I think, was the one with 12, but I also think that she um, is injured. So she has not
Ah,
been able to play in games recently to pick that up.
okay.
So she's kind of stuck.
Yeah. Well, sorry for that, but good for Lorena. All right. So first half goal, Bia, very nice header.
She had a couple other opportunities before that. Dabinia had some opportunities. I thought Dabinia played really well, quite honestly, for not actually accomplishing much on the stat sheet.
Yeah, she had a pretty good first half out there on the left wing, although she was very much tucked inside. I mean,
Right.
they, if you remember that, I mean, Izzy Rodriguez was the only one left of like the middle point of the field in that attack, the way it was set up. So, very much trying that right-sided overload on Mandy Freeman.
It, I mean, they looked really good. Bia got the goal, that the header,
Mm.
and
I
then
So my dad and I moved over from the sunny side to the shady side because
Mhm.
I forgot that it was 80 degrees in Kansas City and I was wearing pants, so I was dying. But so we got to our seats right at like probably like 5 minutes before that goal happened. We were at that angle that the second that was sent in, I saw Bia go up and I knew it was in before she even touched it. Beautiful.
it was a very nice header. It was and it was so fast, like just boom.
Yeah, that the service from Rodriguez too. I mean, she just whips that in, curls it in. It's just an easy flick for Bia to kind of glance that into the back post. Um,
And now
quite,
she's an
quite.
assist leader,
She's the assist leader.
Damn, is he?
a left back. Who would have thought?
Big news. Sephora is now on Uber Eats. So if you find yourself facing a beauty emergency, like needing a last-minute gift, or you're just out of your favorite mascara, again, don't panic. We got you. Order now and get $10 off on Sephora orders of $50 or more on the Uber Eats app. Order now. Offer ends October 30th. One order per customer. Additional terms apply. See app for availability. Delivery fees may apply.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Nature's Bounty. Nature's Bounty believes your body is brilliant, naturally designed to thrive, inside and out. For those always looking for new ways to support your health from head to heels, Nature's Bounty has a range of over 400 vitamins and supplements born from 50 years of trust and care. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature. Visit naturesbounty.com to learn more.
Well, when you have the forwards that the Current have, it gives you a little more opportunity, perhaps.
That's true. She did credit that to when they asked her about that on the broadcast afterwards. They asked it to her in like 2 different ways, and each time she alerted to Temwa and Bia and everyone else.
Yeah, it's I don't want to say it's easy, but sometimes you just throw the ball forward and Temwa takes it in for a goal. You know that you get the assist, but how much did you actually do at that point? Actually, it looks like she's tied at the top for assists with Cascarino.
Okay, Cascarino got one after the game, so that's probably why she got an assist on one of the goals for San Diego, and they kicked off after the KC Current game, so she momentarily took the lead.
Yeah,
but yeah, Cascarino is quite a good player too. So
yeah, I'm not saying like Izzy's shame. It's just I just was looking at the stats for the first time while we were talking about it since it changed, and then Mace is still up there with 5. So, dang. It does help to have the current forwards in front of you. And Timoa is up to 15 goals now.
Mhm.
Esther, 13. She
And
didn't
she's
not
got
get one.
and Tamar's got 2 assists on top if something was to happen. You know. Cody's getting scared.
Yeah, he has to dye his hair if all the conditions are met. What are the conditions, Carrie?
Tema wins Golden Boot and Casey Current wins championship. So, but he texted after Tamara scored and he said, I'm gonna actually have to dye my hair, aren't I? So we're not there yet, but
No. And he does not get to shave it all off and then dye what's left. No, he kind of alluded to that too. And no, he has to at least wear it for a couple hours.
yes.
Something. We need to make him go walk around someplace, the plaza or something like that with that hair. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe that's when we do our Shades of Blue Hot Ones challenge that David's been wanting to do.
Yeah, he would definitely like that. All right, second half. Who all came in at the half? Timois came in for Dabinia. Mace came in for Wheeler,
Yes.
and a little bit later, Sharples came in.
Yes.
So Timois gets the goal. Nice assist off from Bia. So she was definitely the player of the match, a goal and an assist. Timois gets the goal. Uh, One of the key objectives for Vlaco was to get injured players and players who could be likely to play regular minutes in the playoffs sometime. So the Mace and Sharples, who everybody worried about being out for a long term, and I think we said would be out for 3 to 4 weeks.
Guess what?
Almost perfect timing.
It's
Uh,
almost like we knew what we were talking about.
Almost like we talked to somebody who knew what they were talking about. Um, but anyway, they got in. Sharples got in. That's very positive for the actual playoffs. Uh,
Sharples had a decent tush push, as you would say, when she pushed the ball into the goalpost.
Yes.
the huh. What minute was that?
I don't know.
I may have missed that actually. I'll have to go back and watch the
Mace
statistic.
Mace also doesn't get credited with an assist because Jess Carter again misplayed that ball that went to Bia before it went to Chewinga on the pass, but that was another Haley Mace little curved through ball kind of up towards the striker on that long ball from the right channel up top to kind of start that 1-2 that eventually happened. I know Carter misplays it and Bia probably never gets there without Carter royally messing up that moment again. Um, but yeah, quite good from Haley Mace too.
But also got in Rocky Rodriguez
Hmm.
and who else came in? Somebody else.
Bailey
Feist.
Feist.
Yes. So all players who could be called on in not that you couldn't go deeper than that if necessary, obviously, but these are the
Mhm.
most likely players to find the field and close out games in the playoffs when they are needed.
Yeah.
So good job by Vlaco. Do you think Vlaco ever feels embarrassed about taking advantage of other teams with bringing in Timois
I
at like
asked him
half?
about that after the game, and he's like, in reality, I'm just trying to, get our players back healthy. He goes, but yeah, it is kind of funny to bring Tomo Chewinga off the bench in a game where you're already winning.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was previous game we were like, how bad does, the defenders have to be, when they see Michelle Cooper over there warming up to come off, onto the field. And now it's the same with Timois.
Yeah. I Gabby Robinson said she's like I feel sorry if I was the other team, I'd start crying. Like having to deal with Coop and Deb and Bia all half, and then all of a sudden, here comes Tema. Like, great.
Yeah, I just would hate to be on the other team trying to game that, man. It's You're already tired and you see Timois just stepping up to sub in.
Speaking of sub patterns, I found this interesting. So to me, the logical thought was to bring off Sentnor, put Dabinia back in as the 10, and put Chewinga out left. And instead, he just swapped Dabinia and Chewinga for each other.
Yep.
And I noted that immediately because to me, it just felt like, as much as we've talked, we think Dabinia is probably the starter, right? At the 10. If you had a must-win game tomorrow,
Yeah.
you're probably starting Dabinia at the 10. I think I just wonder if there's a bit of we're not going to let them get a taste of that look right now. And especially to have some reps against themselves on film to work off of. And I know that group plays together and you have film on it and all that kind of stuff, but there's something to be said for live reps. Vlaco said before the game too, he goes, "This is the hardest game left on our schedule." He goes, "I felt no matter what the result was, we were going to learn something today, whether it was a winning learn or we lose and we have a really good learning moment before the playoffs. Instead, we proved to ourselves we know how to win a very difficult playoff like game." And I just wonder if you're Gotham, if you're also thinking of it in that way, Gotham are probably also thinking of it that way. And if I'm Vlaco, I'm keeping the ace. I'm keeping the ace in the bag. And that just struck me about that substitution choice.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
listened.
I didn't think Sitnor played especially well. I thought Dabinia played better than
No.
Sentnor. And so that was one of those things where I was like, yeah, I think there's some play here from Vlaco going on.
Well, again, we said last pod we broke it down who we would start if it was a must-win game and all that type of stuff. I do think obviously Dabini is the more talented player and all that stuff. I do now kind of curious if Dabinia can go much more than 45 or 60, or you're just extra resting her because she doesn't seem to. I haven't looked back, so I could be wrong, but it seems like she's done a lot of subbing in at half or something like that over the last few games. I wonder if there's something to that, but it could be just hiding her, keeping her fresh, all these factors into it.
I don't know because even like Cooper and Hutton, get subbed out within like the 70th minute. So I would think that at that point it's just rotation, but then
Yeah,
again, she is much older than
yeah,
those players.
yeah. But it seems like
Dabinia has not played longer than 75 minutes since the Bay FC once. Sorry. She's only done it once since the Bay FC game. And I'm sorry, that is like the Bay FC game in May, where she went 75 minutes, had two goals. After that, she had a 90 and 81 in there, which sandwiches like a 45-minute cameo, and that loss to North Carolina. Um, Earlier on in the year, she played 85, 89, 90, 87. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's still just a little bit of keeping her fresh as long as she can. She's still
yeah,
been incredibly impactful in the minutes that
yes.
she's played. So,
That's it's not being critical of what she's
oh,
doing. It's
I
just
know.
the
Yeah,
it's just that she has not seemed to play a lot of minutes. Again, I'm looking at that too now. 70 minutes 4 games ago, 67 was the longest for a couple of games, 85 and one before that. But yeah, it's probably keeping her fresh. But I just wonder if she doesn't have that quite endurance to go a full 80 or something. But hey, first playoff game may totally surprise us, right?
right.
Which I think that's what Vlaco is counting on. All right, anything else from this game?
I think I'm good.
Did we mention they've got the most points in history?
No, not yet.
That's another record, right?
Best team ever
So,
in regular season.
In the history of ever.
Okay.
and I don't know if we can argue with that, but sure. Um, 2 more games. Set the records. They've set all these records. I can't even keep track of how many records now. Is there any more records they can set? I mean, other than just beating
They have the
themselves?
they have the points total, but of course points per game is another thing. So they need to get one more point to clinch the best points per game mark because I think some two teams have got to like 61 points in the past, but it was on 24 game seasons or 22 game seasons. So they need to now do they need one more point to make it so that their points per game total um is it.
Yeah, I know we broke this down last week, but I don't have it written
Yep.
down in front of me now. But yeah, just need another point or two, and they set that record.
Yep.
I'm not sure there's any other records they can set at this point other than sweeping for however long through the playoffs too, which is wouldn't really be a record because Orlando did it. But all right,
We have an individual record from Juice Boxes and post game stats. We just lost it.
and where did you find that, Carrie?
Casey Soccer
KCSoccerJournal.com?
Journal. Yes.
Yeah.
Lowe becomes the first KC player to reach the 10,000 minute mark in all competitions.
She did that in the 19th minute.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
Okay, Chad. Today you're gonna drive the all-electric Toyota BZ.
But my electric vehicle phobia. I'm not ready, Dr. Ross.
I believe in you.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. We're inside it.
Try to take deep breaths, okay?
The ventilated seats, they're touching me.
You can do this, Chad. Drive the car. How do you feel, Chad?
I feel cured. Woohoo! I'm doing it! I'm doing it!
The all-electric BZ. One drive can change your mind. Toyota. Let's go places.
Pretty cool.
Fun stats. Fun Mike stats, if you would say.
Yes.
Mike.
Ooh, Izzy tied for Labonta for second all time with assists. So, all right. Next game, Houston. What do you guys expect?
Another win.
Another 2-0 win?
Maybe. Maybe I should just see if they can put up a 3 or 4 spot, but yeah, two is their number.
Yeah,
against a team that is struggling and fighting for their lives to make playoffs. And they're not succeeding.
No. It's tough for Houston. They have a tough road ahead to even try and do it.
Yeah, for them to make the playoffs, they have to win out. And a team that's tied with them, a team that's above them, would have to fall. And Louisville would have to lose out for them to even have a chance, right?
Correct.
I just really quickly counted. I want to say they've got 9 or 10 2-0 game wins this year. It's a very consistent team, machine-like.
Machine.
Anything you expect from Houston? They have a style of play that you would like to coin a term for?
No. To be fair, I never coined terrorist ball. That term existed. I just
utilized
lumped the Gotham into it.
I know. I'm just giving you an opportunity to coin one if you want. Dry barbecue style?
About to be taken over by a Chinese billionaire's son style? I don't know. They have one win uh, since the start of September. Sorry, two wins. Somehow they cooked the San Diego Wave, but then have lost to everybody else. They did get a win against Chicago, who, Chicago. But a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago, this team was riding a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game unbeaten streak with wins over Gotham, North Carolina, and San Diego, and you would have said, dang, they're peaking. And that's just kind of the way this Dash team is. They've been so streaky all year. They started off on a low streak. They go on a nice little hot streak for a little bit, but they're kind of back on another little bit of a skid. Um, so it's just that's kind of who they are. They've got some good players. Obviously, you got to watch out for Yasmin Ryan. Um, you've got a Kiki Van Zanten has done a pretty decent job out on the wing. Delaney Sheehan, very good player as well. So Avery Patterson also a really solid left back. So they have some quality here.
They
Um,
do.
and some danger in some of the players that they have. But I think this is just a thing where there's even if the starting midfield for the current was Bailey Feist, Rocky Rodriguez, and Ali Sentnor, I think that's a better midfield than what Houston could throw out at the moment. And I just think this is kind of one of those things where the current roster flexes its might and gets the result that you expect them to get at this point.
You think Timoa travels?
Yes, I'd be really surprised if she didn't.
I think a sub again.
I could see it too. I'd be stunned if she got no minutes in this game.
Yeah, I would be surprised actually also, but I saw somebody speculating that they're gonna only play her at home and not make her travel until. But I'm like, I think she'll probably get 2 more goals by the end of the season.
Hmm. All right, over under 16 and a half for Temo Chawinga's final goal tally.
With 2 games left, I'm gonna say under. I actually
Thaddeus?
don't think that she'll get a goal in this game. I think it will still be 2-0. Someone else is gonna get a goal, and I think that there will be a PK. As Nielsen's usually draws a PK against this team.
Mm, I will say over just for the fun of it, because I already just said I think maybe 2 goals for the rest
Yeah.
of the season. So that
I
would be
think I'm gonna
17.
say I think I'm gonna say over too. I think what's amazing? She has 15 goals and she does not have more than one goal in a game this whole season. But I think that gets broken in either of these next two games. I think she ends up with one, at least two. I would expect that to be more likely against a team like Houston, because San Diego, a much better roster and a much better team to have to try and deal with if you're Temwa. Although I expect Temwa to score, but yeah, that's gonna be the one. So Chawinga, good. I say she ends with 18.
All right, sounds good.
And how many assists, Sperry?
I bet she gets one more. She can go what 18 and 4. It's 22 goal contributions. Pretty darn good.
All right, so we did Timoa there. How many more for Michelle
One.
Yeah, I
with an
agree.
assist to Timoa?
A goal and an assist, I think, for Cooper over these last couple of games would be fair.
Maybe an assist where she kicks Ali Sentner's foot for Ali
Into
Sentner
the
to get the
ball.
goal.
So
Yeah.
Alex Sentner can finally get a goal. Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think Sentner might, break that deadlock of no goals for herself
Mm.
with this team?
I'd hope so.
I think it would do a lot of good for the current just to have that other option from there.
Mhm.
And I don't know. Also, Lorena and Bia called up to the Brazilian national team.
Yes.
I was a little surprised that Dabinia wasn't because she has played pretty well.
Yes, and especially with there has been some issues between Debinha and the Brazilian national coach. But it seemed like in the last call up before there was the international break before Debinha got hurt, it seemed like there was somewhat of a bridge because she was getting
Yeah.
invited. You would think that he would extend that again, but nope.
Yeah. And again, I don't know the depth of the Brazilian team well enough to know if that was somebody else was hurt, so he's calling her up, and then she got hurt, or if it was
Right.
just they thought she was the best player at that moment.
The Brazilian national team currently has a pretty decent squad. So,
Well, I'm sure they do.
I mean,
Not doubting that.
no, I never said you were,
Yeah.
but I think in the um, like they've been playing Caroline. You remember Caroline
Yeah.
from North Carolina? They've been playing her as a bit of a 10. Eugenia, who is at San Diego now, a very good young up and coming star. She's only 20 years old. She's been phenomenal for them, and I just look at it, the way that they play too. They kind of run a 3-4-1-2, and I just don't know that Dabinha's style kind of fits how that system goes at the moment. So again, I'm also just kind of like looking back at it with who they are. Uh, like what they ran in their last big game, which was of course, the Club World Cup, or not the Club World Cup, the Copa America. Um, Amanda Gutierrez as well, which she will be coming into the league with Boston next year, is a absolutely phenomenal attacker. There's a lot of young depth that if you're the Brazilian national team, Fabinho's had her injuries and all of that. You kind of got to help develop that next generation, especially when they're thinking, you have to remember, they're probably not just thinking about the next world, like they're hosting the next World Cup. They have got to have their generation ready. And
Yeah.
at some point, outside of Marta, um, there won't be a whole lot of
Older.
of that older generation that they're going to be keeping through here as they're trying to develop the generations beyond that. So it would be unfortunate for Debinha, but who's of course one of the best Brazilians ever. But times are changing.
No, I mean, I know they were looking at youth, which is why we were surprised that they called her in for the last camp, and
Yeah.
then she got hurt before that. Um, so it was just a curiosity, like,
Hmm.
if she was good enough to call in for last one when she was healthy. And I was actually thinking Bia probably would be called in again, but that's okay. Good for her. And then pretty soon we'll have to discuss who gets called up for the US because that won't be too much longer. In fact, I think I just got a notification that Canadian women national team was having their media availability soon. I don't remember what day. So we should be seeing the rest of those call ups pretty soon.
Yep.
All right. Anything else to discuss today? Sperry,
Um,
Carey?
yeah. Well, we have two retirements that were announced this week. Kirsten Hamilton. Whoa.
Kristen.
Kristen Hamilton. Thank you. It is late. And Mallory Weber.
Hmm.
I did not see Mallory Weber's.
Mallory announced it, of course, in the team note. It came out in the team notes on Friday,
Yes. And she was
um,
honored
on the field
on the field when
before the.
you, and my dad were talking with Dad.
Ah, yeah, I got to meet Carrie's dad. He was a very nice guy. Um, must be because, he raised a very wonderful daughter.
Hair flip.
I embarrassed Carrie because I was saying such nice things about her to her dad at the game the other day.
Yeah, it was like a parent-teacher conference. That was just in the middle.
I was like, should I give you a grade next time?
Yes.
She works well with others unless they're LA or St. Louis fans. She was giving a Galaxy fan a hard time the other day.
Was I? Oh, yes, I was. I forgot about that.
All right.
You see, I have so many things in a draft that I forget what I actually post versus what I stop myself from posting.
I'm glad they finally announced Mallory Weber, but I mean, she's been coaching with the two team, and that's pretty much her future at this point, I believe.
Mhm.
So good for her.
Yeah.
And
Hammy will retire at the end of the season, so of course hers isn't effective immediately. But
yeah, did she didn't mention any like future plans. I saw the Instagram post, but I didn't really see if that had anything in it about any future plans, like just
I do
becoming
not.
a coffee baron-ess or something.
Okay, I went to pitch side for the first time and I take a picture of all my coffees at new places and I post it on my Instagram story. And so I told her congratulations on retirement, and then I was kind of talking to her slightly because she was very proud of the latte art that she made. And so I said that I post every coffee that I get at a new place. And so she posed for a photo, and my phone like it didn't die because it was at 60%, but it just randomly shut off. And so I lost that photo. I was so sad.
So you lost the photo with Kristen, or
Yes,
did you get the
of
latte
her.
photo though?
I got the latte. No, I did not get the latte photo either. It was together. I
Oh,
know. Worst day of my life.
honestly, if that's even remotely in the top 100 worst days of your life, you're doing pretty damn good. All right. Anything else for this pod? I know Carrie wants to just keep talking because she wants to stay up until 5 in the morning. So, Sperry, he's all good. He just gave thumbs up, which is very good for an Audible podcast.
we're doing great. It's a great show.
And I'm very happy to spend time with both of you. Very wonderful people that I love talking soccer with. Safe travels, Carrie.
Thank you.
Hope everything goes well. Hope TSA doesn't look askance at you.
Yes.
And that you
Hey,
get back safely.
hope we have water this time.
And I will probably see you, Mr. Sperry, at the end of the week, if not before then.
Probably.
But as far as keeping current with Kansas City, we are done. We are out. Appreciate you listening.
Attention passengers, we've now reached our destination. We hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.
Sometimes in life things can come across as rather odd or often peculiar, a little like the way that you decide to tune into other radio stations other than ours.